We're going to be talking about interviewing. How do you get an interview? What do you do during an interview? And the most important thing, what happens after the interview? What is your routine? What do you do to obtain an interview?
You know, I'm kind of thinking my approach, but I've been able to get interviews through the job boards and through, well, I got one through ProNet from the Resume Bio, and so I'm not getting as many as I need to. I'd love to get more. Were
you getting those before you wrote or redesigned your resume? Has that helped out with it?
That's something it's a work in progress. And Kathy was going to sit down with me and kind of go over it one more time and make sure that, you know, I'm getting my keywords in there. I do go in and, you know, I'll look at their entire, you know, description for their job, you know, pull out all their keywords and try to match my resume that way. But yeah, I've had, wow, probably half a dozen just go into the dark hole, and I was perfectly qualified and did everything I thought was correct, but trying to get those 8 or 10 or 12 to come up to the HR directors, you know, saying, okay, we're going to interview these 12 people. It haven't been successful yet with that.
What do you find is most challenging in an interview?
I've been interviewing really well. I mean, prior to an interview, of course, you know, you got to do all the groundwork, understand the company, understand as many people in the organization as you can. I've got an 250, you know, questions you're going to be asked, plus the interview questions that are in the actual class. Those are really, really good to go over. So I get myself thoroughly prepared for the interview that way, and they've gone well. I've gotten some offers, actually.
You know, I've gotten interviews through networking. I've gotten interviews through sitting in resumes, sitting in a nice cover letter. There's lots of different ways to obtain an interview. It just, you know, depends on, you know, I mean, I hate to say it, but it's kind of like rolling the dice. It's Vegas. It really is. I think the #1 source, though, is networking to get an interview. I've had 10 interviews, which of course, one of which, you know, it's 4 interviews, so if you really want to think about it, it's closer to 5. But at the same time, when you've got it absolutely right. You have to do your research. Do the research on the company. And not just, you know, what they make or what they sell. Find out everything you can about the company. You know, I mean, you know, if you go on their website, you can find out what their motto is, what their, you know, all the things from how they developed, their history, when they were established, when they went public. All those things you want to basically research. Okay. I've been into interviews where the very first question was, so what do you know about our company? Which was the very first question. To some of them not even asking. But because of the fact that you did the research, bringing it up during an interview of what you know about the company, even when they don't ask, is a good way to go. Okay? It really is. If you want to show the interviewers that you've taken the time to research the company, to know everything that there is to know about the company. Okay? I mean, that's basically all I can say. Thank you letters. Yes, definitely. You know, some people say go ahead and just do a physical letter. I say do both. Okay? Because there are some people that, you know, they enjoy emails and they might throw away a letter, and then, yeah, well, most people love, you know, getting letters. Just make sure to do both.
I think for myself, I'm very perceptive, and I try to find commonalities like you talked about. I think that I was told after one interview, and this is really rude, I thought, that I should color my hair. So maybe that's an option for you too. I mean, there are so many.
Tell that to a man, right?
There's another option that I use.
Thank you. This interview's over.
So I mean, every interview that I've ever been in is different. And in the higher education system, and I was in the higher education system for 11 and a half years, you have a panel interview. Sometimes there's 10 people in there. And sometimes they know who they're going to hire because they're going through the motions. And sometimes you can tell that. I have walked out of an interview in a nonprofit because of a control issue. There are people that will bring you in and say, you go to sit down, you can see that there's a seat there for you. No, I want you to sit over here, and that control thing. And so I think you have to recognize that right away. Is this the environment you want to work in? And I walked out because I knew more than just that. I knew more of the environment there, and I thought, you know what, if she's going to do this in an interview, I'm gone. I'm wasting your time. So I think to be selective is very important, and to recognize, and I know that a lot of us do need wolf jobs, but gosh, at what cost? It can really, it can send you down a spiral. If you get caught in the job and you can't get out of it, and you can't really work on the job that you want. So I guess that would be my advice, is to be very careful about when you go in, to recognize the players and try to have a connection. Oh, well, didn't I meet you at, or gosh, I've seen you before. What's the connection, And they usually give you a few minutes before everybody gets there to have some informal conversation. Sometimes not, sometimes it's very staunch. So.